Welcome to some new r/malicious compliance stories, where people comply to the letter but not the spirit of a request. I hope you had a great day. Thanks for all the likes and comments on the last video. If you would like to support this channel, please hit the like button and consider subscribing if you enjoy the content. And now, let's start with the first story. It's called The Smile Policy. I worked at a casino years back as a slot host. We had people with their machines, answered questions, paid jackpots, and were a huge customer impact point. It was a really fun job, despite the awful customers, and many years later I am still friends with my old co-workers. One day, management had the bright idea to mandate smiling, even if we weren't physically interacting with customers. Surveillance had been engaged to photograph and report incidents of employees not smiling. We could be written up or even terminated if we had sufficient repeat offenses of failing to smile. During normal business, we would radio surveillance to report tips or found money, any cash that wasn't staying with the casino, or when we accessed the secure machine base for coins, pre-automated tickets, or a select few other reasons. We started calling them on the radio to verify a smile or report a potential violation of the new smiling policy. We would warn the co-worker first, that way they could have a huge fake smile ready for the camera. The slot's too eagle. Can you verify a potential violation of the smile policy? There's a group of three standing near slot bank location. I can't see smiles from my location. The potential violation had to be recorded, the picture printed and signed by managers. The policy ended after a few weeks. Surveillance complained to the gaming board that they couldn't enforce the new policy and protect the casino assets. They had been buried in dozens of smile violations each shift, and it actually affected the property security. Managers couldn't do anything to us either to stop us from reporting it. It was specifically written that it was an expectation of our job to report suspected department and property policy violations for documentation and investigation. Because they had made it a written policy, if they told us to stop calling surveillance, they'd be asking us to violate policy, which would then warrant an investigation. The next story is called Audit Jerks. Many years ago, I was an electrician building and commissioning traffic light intersections. These were government contracts that were done by subcontractors, us. Before the final switch on, we would have a final audit, usually by the government department that we were doing the work for. These guys were also electricians and were pretty chill. There would be a few snack list items that were also pretty minor. Tighten this, adjust that. No biggie. In another region, a different government department subbed out the audit to one of our competitors, and to put it bluntly, they were absolute jerks. They would snack list things that seemed minor but took days to fix. It got to the point where other teams would come in to go over our work and pre-snack. We would spend days prepping. We would have spare cables and parts on site just in case there was an issue, and we could hopefully fix it right there and then and get the okay. There was always something. The bosses were blaming us for being bad. But the reality was that you could do anything and it wouldn't be perfect. And perfect was what the auditor needed. Or was it? What I and my colleague concluded was that they needed to find something to justify their existence. So the next job is finished and the big boss man tells me and colleague to spend a few days going over the job top to tail and get it ready. It already was. So my colleague and I chill for a few days, and on the morning of the audit we go around creating issues. These issues appear big but are easy to fix. Clip some ties here, misalign that light there, unseal some pipes. Surprisingly, the big boss man comes for the inspection and is losing it. I tell him the plan and say if it goes south, we'll fix it in our own time. Then the auditor turns up. Tis this, tis that. We put on a good show of fixing everything while he's there. He gets to record snacks and ticks off the fixes. And we get to go home on time. The third story is called Phone Discount. I live only 5 minutes walk away from a local pizza place, so I went in ordered direct to takeaway. I didn't call ahead as I didn't see much point as I lived so close and I didn't mind the extra couple of minutes. While there, I saw they were doing a special offer. 10% discount if you mentioned their promotion over the phone, and then went in to collect a takeaway. I know I haven't called in first, but now I know you do a discount. To save us both the hassle of me calling you right now, and for the fact I know the promotion exists, Can I still get the 10% off anyway? No, it's for telephone orders only. Sure, I get that, but I could literally just call you right now from my mobile and you'd give me the discount, but that will be a bit weird to make me do that. So, can I just get it anyway? No, it's for telephone orders only. This job's worth attitude set me off, so I was literally about to just forget about buying anything from there and go somewhere else. But as I got outside, I figured that no, I'd just stand outside and call the number on the door and order a pizza that way to get my discount. The phone rang and the same guy picked it up. Can I order a pizza to collect with the 10% discount please? He recognizes my voice obviously, as it's just been 15 seconds since we were speaking inside. He looks outside at me. I smile and wave. He looks upset that he has to give me my discount now. He takes my order and says it will be 10 minutes. During the next 10 minutes, while waiting for my discounted pizza, someone else is about to come into the restaurant to order takeout. I asked them if they have phoned ahead for the discount or not. They didn't realize that it was a thing. No problem buddy, I'll do it for you. What do you want? I call the same number again. Same guy answers and hears my voice again and looks straight at me again. I smile and wave again and proceed to order this random stranger's pizza for them whilst maintaining eye contact with him. My friend would also like the 10% telephone discount. He looks like he's gonna pop a vessel, but has no choice but to accept it. After all, I didn't enforce the rules. He did. A week later, the telephone order discount is cancelled completely. It is simply given if you have a menu. There are menus at the entrance anyway, so you'd be crazy not to see it and use it. The last story is called Save $25. I worked as the North American IT manager for quite a large company. I was based in the largest development office and I went to a few remote offices a few times a year on a regular basis. I live in a rural area and at that point in time we had no cell service around where I live. I got a cheap flip phone and a service I could put a $25 charge on the phone for a trip, and for a long time this was no issue. We got bought out by a much smarter company, and after my first trip I got questioned at great length about my $25 phone charge. Why not just get regular full service and the company would pay for that? I told them that the only time I used the phone was when I was away from the area, and the regular unlimited service was expensive. That seemed to shut them up, but the next time I had to hit one of the remote offices I was told not to buy a phone card and that I would not be reimbursed for it if I did. I lucked out and my flights went well, so no need for a phone there. But when I got to the hotel and wanted to call home and let them know I got there okay and call my office to make sure things were okay, my only option was the phone in my hotel room. This was right when cell phones were starting to squeeze that revenue stream out at the hotels and they were charging upwards of $2 a minute for calls. I made sure to call home every night as well as the office every morning. In a week I ran up a phone bill of over $1,000. I had a hard time keeping a straight face when I put that in my expense report. Needless to say, I got called up about that. All I could do was forward the email from my manager telling me that if I got a $25 phone card for my cell phone, the company would not pay for it. He tried to backtalk and then say that he had no way of making sure all of the $25 was being used and on and on. Thankfully, the director who had called me had a brain. He asked me why I got the cards. I told him about the phone situation and that the only reason I even owned a cell phone was for traveling for work and it was never an issue in the past. I got excused from the conversation and later on I got the begrudging okay from my manager to buy a $25 card for my phone if I was going to be on the road. I thought he was going to cry when he gave me the okay though. Man, that guy was a brown-nosing putz. And with that, we end today's video. Let me know what you think about the stories. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the stories and today's video? I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like what I do and want to support me, please subscribe and hit the like button. I hope you have a great day. Stay safe. Bye bye.